sales is the most lucrative skill in the world, period. The problem is most sales advice out there today is outdated, cheesy, and can even keep you from getting the deals that can make all the difference in your career. This is the No BS Sales School, a podcast for entrepreneurs and salespeople who want to master the skill of selling without all the BS. Welcome to the No BS Sales School podcast. It's 2023, moving forward. I want to share with y'all, we've got a bunch of different programs that are starting right now, starting this week, actually this month, I guess is the best way to put that. We've got a couple of programs that are starting for individuals, people like you whose company either doesn't have sales training or it's shitty sales training, and you want to invest in yourself. And we have a great program. This is a program I wish I'd had when I was 25 to 35 or 40, where we do great sales training at an affordable price where you can go and improve your own game. And if there's something you want to do to impress your employer or your next employer, how about tell them you invested in yourself to get sales training yourself? That's a big damn deal. And that will certainly separate you from the pack. We also have programs we're starting this month for companies, private training for individual companies, where I work with them one-on-one, work with the companies one-on-one with the sales team. We do individual coaching and we do training as a group with that. And we tailor stuff exactly for them in their industry. If you are interested in one of those two or some combination or something else, do reach out, walker@walkermckay.com. And I'm happy to have a conversation with you, a no BS, no pressure conversation. My topic today is something I was in a coaching call a while ago, and one of my clients is newer, and he said, you keep talking about being skeptical. How in the hell can I be skeptical and sell something? I said, it's a really great question. It's a really great question, right? And he said, how can I be skeptical that, that we're good at what we do? I said, no, you missed the point. There are two questions that your prospect has to answer themselves before any kind of sale is made. And most salespeople think there's only one, and they screw it up and end up being a pushy salesperson, which, as y'all know, is one of my least favorite individual types on the planet are pushy salespeople. They suck. They drive me crazy. Stop selling, right? Start learning. Stop selling. So how do you do that? Well, there are two questions a prospect has to answer for themselves. The first question they have to answer for themselves is, am I going to do something? Am I going to buy anything, right? Am I going to switch insurance providers? Am I going to buy a car? Am I going to buy a piece of equipment? Am I going to buy some software to help me do this? Right? Am I going to do that at all? And then the second question is, who am I going to do that with? Most salespeople think they forget about the first thing. They forget the question has to be answered. Who are you, am I going to do anything at all? And so they jump right into trying to sell themselves. We got better this, we got better that. Bullshit, right? Before you waste your time on that, and talk about how great you are, you got to figure out, are they going to do anything? One of the most powerful forces in the universe is gravity, right? It is hard for people to make a change. Even when they know their current situation sucks, it is hard for people to make a change and move to something different. Scary. They don't like it. And I want you to be, with your prospects, skeptical that they're really going to do anything at all. Be skeptical. Make them tell you why they would. Why does it make sense? What's wrong? Is it really wrong enough for you to make a change at all? See, here's how you can take the focus off of you because you're not selling you. By the way, we should never have to sell you. What needs to happen is you have a conversation, and you need to be skeptical that they really are ready to make a change now. Why would you do it now? What's really going on? Can't be that bad, right? Because it's probably not. People you talk to, you say, well, I might be interested. Well, fuck, interested doesn't mean anything. I'm interested in a lot of things I'm not going to buy. Interested is a way just to tease you in to get free consulting from you. So before you start on to tell them how you're going to fix the problems, you need to figure out why in the world would they change what they're doing now? Is it really that bad? Because chances are it's not that bad. It's really not. They'd have to prove to you why it's bad. Why it's so bad that they would actually leap into the void and try something completely new. Because, right, even the devil you know sometimes is better than the devil you don't know. And people have to go through a whole chasm of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They call it FUD. Before they make a change. The only reason somebody would make a change, a hard change, is that they have a personal, compelling reason why they have to do something. They have a personal, compelling reason why they have to do something, right? So it's our job to figure out, is there a personal, compelling reason why they have to do something? Because if there's not, they're not going to switch. They're just not. You're wasting your breath. Or if they do switch, it's only because you're cheaper price. And for most of us, that's a losing game. You can be skeptical. I think you should be skeptical that people are going to change, that they're going to make a change to go anywhere. Even if they say, we are interviewing people to change. We're interviewing people because of this, right? Well, here's the thing. How many times do they end up staying right where they are? Plenty of times. Plenty of times. How many proposals do you send out to people that you don't win? That they really didn't do anything? My guess is it's a lot. Think of how many proposals you could save yourself from doing if you help them figure out they really aren't ready to make a change. By the way, how much easier is it to get back into a meeting, to have another meeting with somebody 6 months down the road, a year down the road, 18 months, 2 years, when you call them back and say, last time we talked, everything was great and there was no reason for you to change. It's my job to keep up with you. My guess is everything's the same now. Right? I'm not talking about coming over to me. I'm just talking about, does it make even sense for you to make any change at all? Question number one, that they have to answer themselves. You need to be a part of the conversation. Am I going to do something differently? Something different or differently. Now, some of you folks say, well, they're going to hire a contractor. They're going to hire a builder, right? So they got to do something brand new. Fine, right? Number one, if you're a builder, have you ever been contacted and asked to give a price on something for a lot and then the person ends up doing nothing? My guess is you have, right? Because your price came in, everybody else's price came in higher than they thought it would. They weren't committed, not at that price, right? There's a decision to do something, and then there's a decision, are we going to do it with you? You could be very, very skeptical that they're ready to do something, right? And then if they've said, hell yes, I'm going to do something, right? Then it's your job to have them tell you exactly what it is that they want. What are they looking for? What are they hoping for? And if they just don't know, right, that's when you can begin to ask questions, help them figure it out, help you understand what's important to them. That their pain, the reason they would change, the reason they change, right? The reason they would pick you is because you would solve the problem that they're leaving. And so when you're presenting why somebody should buy from you, all you're going to talk about is how we fix those problems that they were dealing with to make them change in the first place. Be skeptical that they're going to change. And you can even be skeptical that they would pick your solution. You're not the right fit for everybody. You don't take most people as clients. You don't want to, right? And you're skeptical that they're ready to make a change because change is hard. And you want to be skeptical that it really is that you're the right fit for them. You know you do great work. You do kick-ass work. But that's because you're particular about who you work with. right? So make them prove it to you. If you say, hell yeah, this sounds great. How do I do that? Well, call me, 803-917-2817. Let's have a conversation.
Thanks for listening to the OBS Sales School podcast. If you haven't already, please take 1 minute to write a quick review for the show. It really does make a huge difference. Also, subscribe to the show and please forward this episode to somebody else who needs to hear it. As a bonus for listening, I'm going to give you access to a free mini course, 7 expensive sales mistakes you're making and what you can do about it. Go to www.7salesmistakes.com and get access to the free mini course. That's the number 7salesmistakes.com. Thanks again for listening to the OBS Sales School podcast.